Well, November is National Caregivers Month and support, and we're going to learn more about from the Alzheimer's Association some of the support groups and some of the things you can do as a caregiver. And joining us today, Marybeth Torsell. She is the program manager with the Alzheimer's Association of Northwest Ohio. Thanks for coming today, Marybeth.
Thank you for having me.
Sometimes I don't want to say caregivers are forgotten, but they're kind of behind the scenes and taking care of everyone, and you think someone needs to take care of them sometimes, right?
Exactly. You know, they're so focused on caring for their loved one that they forget to take care of themselves. And you can't take care of anybody else if you're not healthy. So we always stress, you know, take care of yourself, which is so much easier said than done.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, because
So
when you're
much.
trying to take care of someone, that's all you're thinking about.
Yep.
You don't even want to think about yourself.
Yep, and you don't want to take time to go to the doctor. You know, and a small little cold, if you don't take care of it and take care of yourself, you're just going to continue to get run down, and it could escalate into more serious problems.
Yeah, that is one of the tips. I mean, there's, you know, get support from family and friends. I think also that's hard to say because, you know, your family and friends always say, well, let me help you whenever you can. Just let me know. Well, you feel bad. It's like reaching out, like, can you help me with this? It just doesn't seem like, you know, the right thing to do.
I know, but you should. Like, because, you know, they don't know how to help. So if you don't add, like, they want to help or else they wouldn't offer, right? I mean, you're not going to offer to help if you don't want to, but they don't know what you need help with. So it's not a big deal to say, hey, you remember how you asked me to help? Can you do this? You know, can you pick up my click list for me? Or can you sit here while I run to get my groceries? You know, just ask.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, you mentioned going to the doctor. I mean, that is one of the key things probably maybe the caregivers don't do. They don't take care of themselves.
They don't. And you know, it clicked for me when I, over the summer, we went to Myrtle Beach and we were on the airplane. And, you know, that safety announcement that nobody ever pays attention to, I pay attention. And they said, you know, in the case of, you know, air pressure change, the mask will come down, and they say secure your loved ones before your own. And I'm like, that's when it clicked for me. Like, you need to take care of yourself, because if I'm putting on my kid's mask and then I pass out, then no one's going to help me.
Right, you got to take care of yourself first before you can help anyone else in the family. All right. Also, one of the tips is get moving. What do you guys mean by that?
Exercise.
Okay.
You don't have to go to the gym for an hour. You know, it can be a walk, especially on a nice day like this, although you might get blown away. Go for a walk. You know, even if it's just yoga, just do some stretching. You can do an app on, you know, go on YouTube and just do a yoga video. Even if it's for 5 minutes, just stretch, just move, just get yourself active.
All right, very good. And eat well.
Yes, eat well. And some people, when they're stressed, I wish I was one of the people that loses my appetite when I'm stressed
I'm with
out.
you there, too.
I am not, but some people do. And so we have to make sure that you're eating, and it's not, don't just grab a Snickers bar here and there. You know, you want to grab healthy, nutritious snacks. You know, if you don't have time for a full meal, eat something with like a string cheese and an apple. Eat some protein and some carbs. Keep yourself fueled.
I know sometimes you beat yourself up, too. You're like, am I doing enough? You know, I should have done this instead of that. And you get stressed out. I mean, there's so many things.
Yeah, and you know what? You just got to give yourself some grace, because you're not perfect. And you know, even if you were and you were doing everything perfect, your loved one's going to have a good day and they're going to have bad days, and you can't control all of that. So, you know, and even if you do kind of have a day where you're grouchy and you snap and you yell, cut yourself some slack, apologize, and move on.
And another thing that's very helpful is our support groups.
Yes.
And sometimes people might be afraid and say, how can they really help? But you have quite several to choose from in Allen County. So let's talk about support groups and how it is helpful and what you found.
It is support. I mean, research shows that when you can get around people who are going through the same types of things as you, and you can sit down and you can talk to them, and you know, in the support groups, they have all different stages. So you might have someone who had a loved one that was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. You might have somebody who's, you know, in the end stages. You know, you might have a whole gamut. And just going, even if you don't talk, sometimes just going and sitting and listening to what people are saying, so that you know that you're not alone, that you're not going through this on your own, that what you're experiencing is completely normal. The thoughts that you have are normal. It is just very eye-opening. And then you can get some advice. And, you know, they can tell you, well, here's what I did when my loved one was doing this, or here's what, you know, I did, and here's what I said. And it's just a great opportunity to be around other people going through the same thing.
Is it kind of formatted, or is it casual, or is it a little bit of everything when it comes to support groups?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Sometimes all of the groups in our area, in Allen County, they're all pretty informal. They're all pretty, you know, you come in and you don't have to share anything. You don't even have to say your name. You can just, you know, sit and listen. Sometimes there'll be a guest speaker. Sometimes there's a specific topic, you know, like if there's some new treatment that's been just released, then they'll talk about that. But for the most part, it's just you come in and you kind of talk about, you know, hey, here's what I'm dealing with today. how can you help?
All right. And of course, they're at Kessler Estates, Bradfield Community Center, and the Mennonite Memorial Home. That information has been running on the screen, so just pop on by, right? You don't have to make a reservation or anything.
You do not. Nope. You can just come in, and you know, you can come in once. You can come in. You can go to all of them. You can go to every single one in Lima. You don't have to just pick one.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.